The thing that stood before me had no right to exist. I had seen death in 1,000 forms. I had witnessed stars collapse, watched entire civilizations turn to ash, hunted creatures that could shred battle cruisers with their bare appendages. But this pale, two-legged absurdity with its ridiculous forward-facing eyes and fragile skin? Laughable. I am Vorthax, apex hunter of the Krillian Dominion, bearer of 43 kill marks, survivor of the siege of Talmar 7. My exoskeleton has withstood plasma fire. My claws have pierced armor plating designed to resist miniature supernovas. And here I stood, facing down something that looked like it would break if I sneezed too hard. The human called itself Marcus Holt. It wore primitive fabric coverings and carried no visible weapons. When the containment field failed in Sector 9 and released me from my holding cell, I expected screaming. Panic. The usual prey response. Instead, this Marcus creature just stood there in the corridor, head tilted, examining me like I was some sort of curiosity. Well, it said, voice impossibly calm. This is inconvenient. Inconvenient. I had just torn through 3 security checkpoints. The walls were decorated with what remained of the guards. Alarms shrieked through the station like dying animals. And this soft thing found the situation inconvenient. I laughed. The sound echoed through the corridor, a deep rumbling that made the metal walls vibrate. You should run, little meat. Should I? Marcus took a step forward. Not back. Forward. That seems inefficient. Running only delays the inevitable. And honestly, I have a transport to catch in 40 minutes. My secondary mandibles flared in confusion. Was this creature malfunctioning? Broken, perhaps? I had seen prey freeze in terror before, but this was different. There was no fear scent, no elevated heart rate that I could detect. Just this bizarre, almost bored composure. You do not understand your situation, I growled, extending my full height. 3 meters of pure predatory perfection. My claws, each one capable of splitting duroplast, gleamed in the emergency lighting. I am Vorthax the Unsated. I have ended species. Plural. Right. Marcus waved a hand dismissively. Very impressive resume. Lots of murder. Gold star for you. The sarcasm was so thick I could practically taste it. This thing was mocking me. Me. I moved then, faster than most optical sensors could track. My training, my instincts, my very genetic code screamed for me to tear this impudent creature apart. My claw swept toward its throat, ready to end this absurd conversation and paint the walls with its internal fluids. Marcus moved. Not away. Sideways. A tiny shift, barely perceptible, and my claw passed through empty air where its neck had been a microsecond before. Off balance, confused, I stumbled forward. The human's hand came up, not to strike, but to gently tap my shoulder blade. Right at the junction where my primary exoskeletal plates met. The exact spot where Krillian anatomy has a minor nerve cluster. The spot no off-worlder should know about. Pain lanced through my entire nervous system. Not debilitating, but shocking. Unexpected. I spun, snarling, and found Marcus standing exactly where I had just been, hands in its pockets like we were having a casual chat at a refreshment dispensary. You know, it said conversationally, I spent 6 months on Krylos Prime. Beautiful planet. Terrible humidity. Made my joints ache something fierce. But I learned some interesting things while I was there. My blood ran cold. Well, colder than usual. Krylos Prime was a restricted world. Our homeworld. Access denied to all non-Krillians under penalty of immediate termination. Impossible, I hissed. No human has ever set foot on Krylos. Technically correct. Marcus smiled, and there was something deeply unsettling about the expression. I didn't set foot there. I was underground for most of it. Your ancient catacombs are fascinating, by the way. All those old texts. All those old names. Names. The word hung in the air like a blade. We Krillians have 2 names. Our use name, spoken freely, and our true name, the designation given at hatching, known only to ourselves and the naming council. The name that contains power. The name that, in the old ways, in the old magic that most of us pretend died millennia ago, can be used to bind, to command, to control. Superstition, I had always told myself. Ancient nonsense from a more primitive time. So why was my heart suddenly racing? You are lying, I said, but my voice lacked conviction. Marcus took another step closer. Your username is Vorthax the Unsated. Very dramatic. Very intimidating. But your true name, the one whispered to you in the hatching pools, the one carved into the eternal record in the deepest temple on Krylo's prime. It paused, smiled wider. Would you like to hear it? Every predatory instinct I possessed screamed at me to attack, to kill, to silence this creature before it could speak. But I stood frozen. Frozen. Me. Apex Hunter. Frozen by a soft, weak, ridiculous human who stood there like it had all the time in the universe. No, I whispered. Too bad. Marcus leaned forward, and when it spoke, its voice changed. Deeper. Older. Like it was channeling something from the very foundations of reality itself. And it whispered my true name. The name I had never spoken aloud. The name that should have been impossible for any outsider to know. My legs buckled. The world tilted. Not metaphorically. Actually tilted. My equilibrium sensors, honed through millennia of evolutionary perfection, suddenly decided they had no idea which direction was up. I crashed to my knees, exoskeleton plates scraping against the metal floor with a sound like breaking glass. Marcus Holt, this impossible human, stood above me. Still calm. Still infuriatingly composed. How? The words scraped out of my throat like grinding stone. How do you know that name? I told you. Marcus crouched down, bringing itself to eye level with me. A gesture of equality that would have been insulting if I had any pride left at this moment. 6 months in your catacombs. Your people keep excellent records, Vorthax. Or should I say, it started to form the first syllable of my true name again. Stop, I roared, and the desperation in my voice surprised even me. Please. The human paused, considered, then nodded. Okay, I can respect that. True names are personal. Sacred, even. I am not trying to be cruel here, just practical. Practical. This creature had just brought me, an apex predator, to my knees with a single word, and it called that practical. What do you want? I asked, fighting to keep my voice steady. You could have killed me just now. Commanded me to stop my hearts. Why did you not? Because, believe it or not, I do not actually enjoy killing. Marcus stood, brushed some dust off its jacket. Also, you are more valuable alive. See, I have a problem, and you are going to help me solve it. I laughed. Bitter, defeated, but still a laugh. You think I will serve you? Even with my true name, my pride will not allow. Your pride is currently splattered across 3 security checkpoints. Marcus interrupted. Let us not pretend it is doing much heavy lifting right now. Besides, I am not asking you to serve me. I am asking you to work with me. There is a difference. Explain. I managed to push myself back to my feet, though my legs still trembled. Humiliating. Marcus pulled out a small data tablet from its jacket. You were arrested for hunting sentient species in protected zones. 17 counts. Pretty bad resume, even by galactic criminal standards. They were going to execute you next week. I know my own sentence, human. Right. But here is what you do not know. Marcus tapped the tablet, and a holographic image appeared. A creature I did not recognize. Crystalline structure. No, wait, I cannot use that word. A being made of what looked like living glass, pulsing with internal light. This is a shardborn. Extremely rare. Extremely dangerous. And extremely illegal to hunt, because there are only 47 of them left in the entire universe. I studied the image. Beautiful in a way. Definitely a challenging kill. And someone is hunting them anyway. 5 have disappeared in the last month. The Galactic Council is panicking because if the Shardborn go extinct, their homeworld's ecosystem collapses, which triggers a chain reaction affecting 6 other systems. Bad news for everyone. What does this have to do with me? Marcus smiled. That same unsettling smile. You are a hunter, Vorthax. Probably the best hunter currently in custody. I need you to hunt the hunter. Find whoever is killing these Shardborn, stop them, and in exchange, I will petition to have your sentence reduced. Maybe even commuted to time served plus community service. I stared at it. You are serious. Completely. Look, I work for the council as a specialized problem solver. My job is to handle situations that fall through the cracks. This falls through the cracks. You fall through the cracks. I am very good at making cracks line up. And if I refuse? Marcus shrugged. Then you go back to your cell, I find someone else, and you get executed next Tuesday at 0900 hours. Your choice. The casual way it laid out my death made my blood boil. But beneath the anger, I felt something else. Curiosity. Respect, even. This human had done what no creature had done in decades. It had beaten me without throwing a single punch, without firing a weapon. Just knowledge. Just words. If I agree, I said slowly, you will not use my true name again? Not unless you give me a reason to. Think of it as insurance. You behave, I behave. Simple transaction. I considered. Pride demanded I refuse. Instinct screamed that working with this creature was beneath me. But survival, that most primal of drives, whispered something different. Live to hunt another day. Prove your worth. Earn your freedom. One condition, I said. When this is done, you tell me how you really obtained my true name. The truth. No deflections. Marcus extended a hand. A human gesture of agreement. Deal. I looked at the small, fragile appendage. Then, slowly, I reached out with one claw and gently clasped it. The size difference was absurd. I could have crushed every bone with a twitch. But something told me that would be a very, very bad idea. So, I said, releasing its hand. Where do we start? Transport bay, like I said. We have 32 minutes now. Marcus started walking down the corridor, stepping over debris like it was just another day at the office. The last Shardborn went missing from a research station in the Outer Vale. No witnesses, no evidence, just gone. We start there, follow the trail, find our killer. I followed, my massive frame barely fitting through the corridor. And you think I can track something that has left no trail? Marcus glanced back, and for the first time, I saw something other than calm in its eyes. Excitement. Anticipation. The look of someone who lived for this kind of challenge. I think, Vorthax, that you are about to discover something interesting about humans. We are not the strongest species. We are not the fastest. We are not even particularly impressive physically. Then what are you? I asked. Marcus grinned. Persistent, adaptable, and really good at learning from the monsters we meet. We reached the transport bay. A small ship waited, engines already warming up. As we boarded, I realized something that should have terrified me, but instead filled me with an emotion I had not felt in years. Excitement. This human had beaten me with knowledge, with preparation, with understanding my species better than I understood it myself. And now we were going to hunt something together. Something dangerous enough that even the council was afraid. Hey Vorthax, Marcus called from the pilot's seat. You ever hunt something smarter than you before? I settled into the oversized passenger seat, designed for species my size. No, this will be a first. Good. The ship lifted off, stars visible through the viewport. Because whoever is killing these Shardborn, they are making us both look like amateurs. And I really hate being shown up. I watched the station shrink behind us, emergency lights still flashing where I had caused chaos just minutes ago. My life had changed completely in less than an hour. From condemned prisoner to reluctant partner with the strangest, most dangerous human I had ever encountered. And somewhere out there, a mystery waited. A hunt unlike any other. I smiled, mandibles clicking with anticipation. Maybe this would be interesting after all. So what did you think? Did this story surprise you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this sci-fi story, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing science fiction stories every week. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.